Hi everyone, it's Jessie from Oddloop and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm using one of our own kits. It was a limited edition kit called Daydreams and Ice Creams. A ton of you guys loved this kit, and so I print and cut so many for you guys, and I finally got around to making one for myself. So I think this kit is so fun and perfect for the summer, and you'll see that I didn't actually use the bottom washi this week because I loved all of the full boxes in this kit, and I really wanted to use them all and not cover any of them up, so I decided to forego the bottom washi just to have more space in my days to plan. So hopefully this video can give you some ideas on how to plan a week if you have a kit that doesn't actually include the bottom washi. So I put down the glitter headers first, as well as the little side flags on the top of the page, and then I moved in and put a quote box down. This is actually a first for us. I don't think we've ever had a quote box in a kit before, but I saw this one called Daydreams and Ice Creams and I thought it was perfect. I also did something a little different in my sidebar this week. Instead of using the to-do headers, I actually used glitter headers instead. And then I realized that I forgot to put the date cover-ups, so I went ahead and put those down for Monday through Wednesday. And after I put those date cover-ups down, I moved on to my sidebar. And so this week I used a checkbox to mark down the tasks that I needed to get done that week. And then actually I used the weekly habit checkbox for something a little bit different. I've been a little bit naughty and I've been shopping a lot for stickers, and so this week I actually had a lot of Happy Mail coming in, and so I wanted to track that down. I'm running a little low on sticker kits, and so I decided to shop from some old favorites as well as some new shops that I've yet to try. And for my two habit trackers this week, I actually wanted to put myself on a no spend, and I also wanted to ban myself from getting boba. Because of all the shopping that I did in the past week or so, I thought a no spend would be beneficial for me, but spoiler alert, I failed on the very first day. However, I did actually manage to succeed on my boba ban, so there's something going for me this week. So the first thing that I marked on Monday was the very thing that I failed my no spend on. Hello Petite Paper was holding a pre-sale on those Traveler's Notebooks kits that I mentioned that I overslept for the week prior. So I was determined to pick some up this time around, and so I used a Coffee Monsters Co. Traveler's Notebook sticker on top of one of the half boxes in the kit to mark that down so I wouldn't forget. After that, I went in with a to-do header and an ombre heart checkbox that I cut up to mark down my tasks for the day. And I also put down a glitter header, which is also something a little bit different that I did this week. I usually only put the glitter headers on the top row, but because I skipped out on the bottom washi this week, I found that I had a little bit more room to squeeze them in. So that's what I did. So on the bottom, I used an odd loop header as well as a three crown checklist that I cut up to mark down that I needed to work on orders, and then in the remaining space I cut up a full box and I squeezed that in there. So moving on to the section where the bottom washi usually would be, I first started with the glitter header and put down a label as well as a piggy bank sticker that comes with the kit to mark down payday, and then I peeled that up because I figured I should start from the bottom just to gauge how much space I had. So I used a meal little things to mark down that I ate at Chipotle that day, and then on top of that I used a dollar little things to write down that I also broke my no spend to shop at Fox and Cactus and Love Shira, and then I put the piggy bank back on top. Tuesday was another work day for me, so I started out with another odd loop header, and then under that I put down a 3-star checklist that I cut up, as well as one of the decorative stickers on the side. After that, I put down another glitter header as well as a full box from the kit, and you can see why I really wanted to use all of the full boxes this week. They're so freaking cute. They're like little creatures that are on ice cream cones, and I had to find a way to squeeze them all in. So next I put down a half box, and I actually hand lettered that planning time sticker, and Ricky was nice enough to sort of turn that into a font and then a sticker for me. And just as a side note, we've actually opened up Oddloop for almost 2 years now, and Ricky still doesn't quite understand why exactly we plan with stickers, but I'm not gonna complain as long as he continues designing for me. So anyways, next I put down a camera icon that you can also find on our shop to mark down that I wanted to film that planning session, and under that I put down a glitter header as well as a to-do header and a ombre heart checkbox to mark down my to-dos for the day. I then moved on to Monday and ripped up that star checklist because I didn't like that it didn't match the header color, so I swapped one out with one that did match. Wednesdays are usually my post office run days, and so I wrote that down on a flag as well as an oddloop violet girl. I also put down a label and an Instagram icon from Planning Roses because I wanted to post on Instagram. I then used a Planning World foiled car icon to mark down that I drove to Ricky's house. And then I used a Once More With Love makeup munchkin to remind myself that I wanted to get dressed and, get ready because Ricky and I were actually going on a date night. So Ricky's company was hosting an event that night at Magic Castle, and I was really excited because first, I think you can't even get into Magic Castle unless you're like a member of the Academy of Magic or something. And then secondly, all expenses were paid that night. So I got a free steak dinner, I got some free cocktails, valet was even paid for. So all in all, that night was pretty cool. So I just showed you what the first half of the week looked like all finished up, and then I moved on to the second half. So I first went in with the weekend banner, and then I put some date cover-ups on the top of the page. And then moving on to Thursday morning, the biggest event was that Marge and I were finally uploading our first Plan With Me's. So to mark that, I put down a half box as well as a computer icon from our shop as well. If you guys haven't watched that video, it's the very first one on my channel, so go check it out and then go check out Marge's as well. And then because I stayed over the night prior, we got back pretty late from Magic Castle. I had to drive back home the next day, so to mark that, I used another Planning World foiled car icon. All of my sticker machines are actually at my house, and so I needed to go back home just to do some more orders. I went in with a glitter header after that and put down a cut up ombre heart checkbox to write down my to-dos. And then I always forget to update my sidebar, so I went back and I did that. And as you can see, no boba, at least for the first 3 days, but failed no spend, like I said earlier. On the bottom of Thursday, I first put down a 3 cloud checklist, as well as an oddloop header and then a glitter header on top of that for my orders. I didn't eat so great that night in terms of having a healthy dinner. I had shin ramen, and then I also used a TV Little Things to mark down that I started a new Korean drama called Suspicious Partner. So in addition to my American TV shows, I really like watching Korean dramas as well. I watch them for different purposes though. In general, I like my American shows to be more serious and dramatic, and then my Korean shows, I generally tend to favor the ones that are more lighthearted and more romantic comedies. So I started a new one called Suspicious Partner, and if you're ever into Korean dramas, I highly recommend that one. It's really good and I'm enjoying it so far. I ended Thursday with a Money Little Things because I had some quarterly taxes that I needed to pay, so that was no fun. And then on Friday, I made another post office run, and then for lunch, I got some Chick-fil-A, so I wrote that down on a Meal Little Things. I put down a glitter header and then another ombre heart checkbox that I cut up for my tasks. And then on Friday, I actually drove back to Ricky's house, so this week was filled with a lot of driving back and forth. After that, I put down a half box and another hand-lettered sticker. This one says, "Stickers please," because I broke my nose pin for the second time this week, so clearly I have no self-control. The shops that I hit up that day were Planner Gems, Little Paper Prints, and Frank Hearts You. So on Friday night, Ricky and I watched an episode of Sherlock. We're not watching the latest season, we're on season 3 because he hasn't finished it yet. I have. Season 3 actually came out before we started dating, but once you're actually in a relationship, there's like this unspoken rule that you're not supposed to watch TV shows without your significant other. So I'm rewatching that with him, and hopefully we can finish that soon because I've been waiting to watch season 4 since January, and Jesse is getting a little impatient. Friday night, 3 spiders also decided to pop their heads up in our house in the span of like half an hour. So I used a Bubba Bear Studios dead sticker for that because Ricky and I aren't fans of spiders. When Ricky was getting the last one, it actually fell off the wall, bounced off of his head and then onto the floor, and he didn't know, and I didn't tell him about it because I didn't want to freak him out. So it'll just be our little secret unless he watches this video. Then yeah, Ricky, a spider fell onto your hair. So moving on to Saturday, we got some coffee, and so I used a Glam Planner girl to mark that. Then we also got some lunch at the bento place. and then we played some games in the afternoon. We're currently working on Horizon. So that game controller icon is also from our shop. And then moving on, Ricky and I drove back to my house. Like I said, there was a lot of driving this week. And I came home to find that one of my cats, Ollie, had an accident and he pooped all over himself. So a bath was needed, and then by association, I had to give Mickey, my other cat, a bath as well. I used a Fox and Cactus cat sticker with a snarky expression on his face because I like to think that's what my cats are thinking when they do this to me. Mickey has had a poop accident like 3 times now, and this is Ollie's 2nd time, so clearly my cats just suck at life or they hate me. So after that, I went on a walk with Ricky and my dog just to wind down. So I used a Little Things and then covered up the icon with a Faye Creates paw print. And then we came back and went on a early Father's Day dinner. I first wrote it down on a page flag, but I ran out of room, so I had to rip it up. And then I used one of the ombre heart check boxes that I cut up from prior. And then I just covered the hearts with a Once More With Love Food Baby Munchkin. And then on the bottom of Saturday, I went in with a leftover Planner Gems Bill Due sticker that I got from the kit that I used last week, just to mark down that I needed to pay a credit card bill. So Sunday was Father's Day, and I wrote that down on a half box, and then I put a glitter header down, and I originally ripped up my first ombre heart checkbox because I misspelled something. But then I also ran out of full ombre heart checkboxes to put down after that. So I had to do a little bit of a hack job and piece together 2 different leftover checkboxes. And then I had another credit card bill due, so I used a leftover Scribble Prints Co. bill due sticker. So this week was not very friendly to my bank account. And then Sunday night, I actually finished all of my PVC orders. So to mark that, I went in with a half box and a happy scrappy sticker. And I hope that that's what you all look like when you receive your stickers as well. And to finish off Sunday, Ricky actually went out shopping with his family earlier in the day for Father's Day, and he came back with some Japanese cheesecake from Uncle Tetsu. Uncle Tetsu is a really hyped up place, and I'm so glad that I finally got to try it. So here's a look at my finished week, and this spread is honestly one of my favorites to date. It just makes me so happy to look at it. So I hope you guys all enjoyed it as well, and if you could subscribe and give this video a like, I would really appreciate it. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!